So this is, believe it or not, from the same vault master who left that comment last week. It's his lucky night. So this is from the vault master. Which Catching Fire tributes would you most like to have with you if you had to spend the night in a haunted house? And he goes on to say a legit haunted house, not one of those cheap, gimmicky haunted houses. Shylah, I think we should start with you because you're kind of in a haunted house.
I'm pretty sure he'd offer himself up to save me, so I'm pretty down with that. If one of us is making it out alive, I'd rather it be me. Sorry, Peter.
Very nice.
That's it. Man, and he might be nice to snuggle with. Isn't there usually some kind of romantic element in those flicks before somebody gets it? Yes, I'm down with that.
Great answer. Let's go to the California duo, the Hurricanes Courtney and Tiffany out there. Who wants to go first? We'll go reverse alphabetical and start with Tiffany Gustansky. Saz caught you off guard. What would your answer to that question be?
Okay, my instinct is to go with Joanna, because I feel like she would just hack at everyone and we'll make our way out of the haunted house. So that's my instinct. I feel like she would just, be down to business in there.
I think she would.
No, I think
that's I think that's a fairly good assessment of what her behavior would be like in a haunted house. I think for me, I would say BT because, I don't know, I think he would have a logical explanation for everything, and that would make me less scared. Like, if we heard a weird noise, he would say, oh, that was just, the house settling, and then I wouldn't be scared anymore. And if, a ghost appeared, he would say, oh, well, that's just, a projection. Let's just run out of here. And then we would escape, and I wouldn't get terrified, and I'd be able to stay level-headed. What about you, Adam?
I think, I know this probably sounds like a sort of a lame answer, but I'd go with Katniss in the haunted house. I think she's proven that she's really not afraid of that many things, and I kind of feel like if she's there with her bow and her arrows, that I really have nothing to worry about. She's very good at protecting people she wants to protect. I guess I'd have to be, in her mind, worthy of protecting. But if I got to that point, if she looked at me as like a brother-type figure, and I got the prim treatment, I think I'd have the best security force around, and I would just feel better. So, thanks, Katniss. I mean, she'd volunteer for you, so what does that tell you?
This is Natalie. I'd say... Oh, wait, in the question, can it be anyone from the series, or did it have to be just one of the books, did you say?
It has to be one of the Catching Fire tributes, specifically.
Oh. Then I would say Joanna Mason. The moment you said haunted house, my mind went to her, because I was like, I don't know, I just imagined her with that axe. I feel like, we used to say about Katniss with her bow and arrow, and I think, no, haunted houses are very, tight and close quarters, so I just imagine Joanna going for her with her axe. And also, I feel like she's crazy enough that nothing would faze her. She'd be like, this, I have nightmares about worse stuff than this. Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's who I'd choose.
Crystal, I know your answer must be Finnick.
No, I actually have a kind of strange answer.
Can I guess what yours is going to be?
Okay, what?
I think you're going woof all the way.
No, this definitely isn't a haunted house. But do you guys remember Saw 2? The one where they're stuck in the house?
Yes.
And then she gets thrown into that pit with the needles?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. That was one of the worst horror scenes I've ever seen. It still haunts me. And so I would pick one of the morphlings because she'd be able to get me out of there.
Oh, my God.
And she'll probably also turn out to secretly be the killer, like in Saw. If she puts on a pig mask,
also
get scared.
That maybe it would be seriously terrified me.
Yeah. That movie is I don't even know why I saw it. I hate scary movies, but for some reason I've seen most of the Saw movies. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me, but those movies. I can't handle them.
Isn't Michael Emerson in one of them?
Yeah, he is.
Probably.
I think he is. I answered that very quickly, but now I'm not so sure. But I think he is. Who have we not heard from?
I haven't gone yet. This is Courtney.
Tell us, who, Courtney, would you want with you in a haunted house from the Catching Fire?
Whoa. Before Courtney answers this, I think we need to let everyone know. Courtney, have you not worked at a Halloween Horror Nights before?
I have, and well, that's different, because it's not real, you know? I'm, like, pretty impervious to, like, the scary things because I work it, and they're just people. But if this was an actual haunted house, I would be pretty scared. And I think I'd want Cedar by my side, because I think she's, you know, brave, silent type, and I don't know, she doesn't come across as a person who would be scared by that kind of thing.
I do have a follow-up question for you, Courtney, and this appeals to your LA sensibilities. Would you rather go into a haunted house or be directly in the water line of fire of the Waterworld show at Universal Studios?
Oh, I'd go for the Waterworld show.
Even if you were the one who gets the water directly splashed on you.
Yes, well, you know, at least when I was younger, I'm always like, let's sit in the soak zone, because they have a soak zone and they have a wet zone, which I think is hilarious that there's a distinction between the two. So, yeah, that's what I would choose, and I would much rather be in that than all you hurricane folks over there. Stay safe.
Ariel,
some
could you tell us?
Playing?
I hear something.
I thought that was you doing a sound effect, Savanna. I didn't know what that was.
No, it wasn't me, I swear.
Okay.
It could have been wind, like on someone's
It could be wind coming
maybe.
from me. I don't even know. I'm hearing a lot of wind out my window.
I don't hear it now. Ariel.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you had to go into a really scary, legit haunted house, which Catching Fire tribute would you want with you?
I think I would bring Joanna. I feel like she would just not take any crap from anyone and defend me because I will be cowering in a corner and crying. Yeah.
You know, I really like the choice. I know that I said BT, but I do like the idea of Joanna. I think like a Joanna BT duo with me would be like my ticket out of there. I would not be scared with both of them. I think that would be like the winning team. I wouldn't contribute anything to that because I get scared so easily. I hate haunted houses. I actually want to ask everyone, this isn't from our grab bag, but I have a question for you, and it's Halloween themed. If you could choose to bring any character, any dead character from the entire trilogy back as a zombie, who would it be and why?
Wait, so they're not going to be the same person, right? This is going to be zombified version.
They're coming back as a zombie. Who would you bring back, Adam?
I'm trying to think about it. I think, you know who I would bring back? The boy from District 4 with the curly hair. He'd be an interesting zombie. He'd be walking around.
You're going to waste your power of resurrection on that boy.
But you said it's a zombie. Like, I don't want to turn Prim into a zombie. Like, I mean, is the zombie going to have any element of the real Prim? Because then I would do that. But
no, I guess no.
If you go according to Walking Dead, though, you're going to have to be comfortable shooting this person in the head.
There's no benefit, really, right?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at the situation. If you brought Finnick back, would that be more painful for Annie to see him like a zombie?
Probably.
That reminds me of that Edgar Allan Poe story. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I did read
know
a lot of Poe stories.
The one where the lady, her son dies, and she wishes that he'd come. She wishes for him back, or something. Oh, I gotta look at that. Maybe it was actually a scary story to tell in the dark, not an Edgar Allan Poe.
You know what's funny is if you had Zombie Kato and this time Zombie Kato said, "Stay crispy," it would have a whole different meaning than the normal one.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I laughed a little too loud there.